All right, Blue Panda, whoever that is, says, "Hey guys, hope this chat." Oh, what the hell? That's the same as what we had before. No, maybe not. Okay. Hey guys, hope this chat function works better than that piece of shit Facebook chat. Cheese, yeah, or geez, you're right. That was terrible. Okay, on to my question. I have a list for my niche that is big enough to send 1,000 emails per day for over a year. Wow. This is simply a law of big numbers campaign for my client. These will be a one-time blast. Either they respond or they don't, and the next blast goes out the next day. What would be the best way to approach a list of this size, style of sending? I don't know. I've never spammed at that level before. Spammed email, and that's exactly what you're doing. So the best person to answer that question is unfortunately not here. That's Chris, our partner, Chris. He's been doing that kind of work for years. He could give you the best advice on that, but he's not here. I'm sorry, he's traveling.
Yeah.
The only thing I would know to say is that make sure that you have plenty of sending from domain email accounts. So in other words, making sure that you've got many different email accounts set up, that you can send from, because you're probably going to burn every single account that you send from, like almost every day. I don't know for sure because it depends on how clean your list is, but typically when you're sending out mass emails like that from a particular account, especially 1,000 per day, you have to have accounts that have developed some sort of reputation for, or else when you go to hit send on 1,000 emails from an account that's not really seasoned, it will, the internet email service providers will throttle those accounts and not inbox a bunch of them. And also if people start hitting the spam button, which it's likely if they were unsolicited emails, you will get a lot of people hitting the spam button. It will flag that particular domain account or domain email, for spam. And so it will, they'll just stop inboxing. Hernan, you were going to comment?
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with you. What I was about to say is that if you wanna, reach out to Chris, just post on the Facebook group and maybe tag him. I don't know if Blue Panda is on the mastermind group. So
yeah, if you're in the mastermind, we could get to it. Chris will give you a lot of help there. Otherwise, you could try it in the free Facebook group, but I don't know how much he'll reveal about something like that there. But yeah, that's the only problem. Like, guys, I talked about this a few weeks ago, but I've unsubscribed from just about every single marketing list that I've ever been on over the last several months, because I decided to get really focused, and buying shiny objects and getting pitched new training methods and stuff like that all the time was really, and it kind of happens in cycles. I know a lot of you guys, I've talked with a lot of our mastermind members over the last several months. I do calls now with one-on-one calls with mastermind members. As a new member, you get a one-on-one call with one of us, and then every quarter or so, I try to open up the ability to have another 30-minute call with me, so I can kind of help, find out more about people in our mastermind and what struggles they're going through, and offer some guidance. And then in 90 days to 6 months, and 3 to 6 months, I have another call with them, find out if they've made any progress, and they're going to have new issues at that point. So one of the things that I've heard a lot through those calls, without calling anybody out, is that constantly being bombarded with different opportunities. And that's because we're all marketers, right? And so we've gone out and been signed up for webinars, which puts us on email lists, or we've bought products, which puts us on email lists. And the next thing you know, we get hammered, and you guys can all relate, I'm sure. You get hammered all the time with solicitation offers for training or for software or tools or services and all that kind of stuff. And, I found that although they may be interesting and sometimes entertaining to go watch webinars or to go check out the new sales page of the new tool or software or WordPress plugin or whatever the hell it is, that typically just distracts from making any real progress in my business. And, over the years, I've gone up and down with that. Sometimes I'm more susceptible to that. Other times I'm not. But over the last many months now, I really just started to unsubscribe from, a ton of people's emails. The reason I started saying that was because my oldest email account, that is the account that I use, it's a Yahoo account, a Yahoo Mail account. That's the one that I use to always sign up for stuff. Like, I don't use my main Gmail accounts to sign up for lists or to webinars and things like that, because I knew that I'd get on a spam list, right? And people would start spamming me. I'd still get a ton of spam over there, but I've never voluntarily, or I've very, very rarely voluntarily used one of those primary Gmail type email addresses for signing up for that stuff. But I had a Yahoo Mail account that was just getting spammed to death. And so over the last several months, I have really, really gotten a much better handle on that too. And because what I've done is I've gone, every time I get an email now, and it's just daily maintenance now. Every single day, I go through my Yahoo account probably 2, maybe 3 times a day. And if there's an email that comes to me that I was unsolicited, which is, they don't come nearly as often as they used to now. I open up the email, I scroll right to the bottom, find the unsubscribe button, I click it, I make sure, in the page reloads that it's on in the new tab that I've unsubscribed. Then I close that tab and I go back in and I click the spam button in Yahoo Mail. And I do that every single day. And, I used to get literally dozens, sometimes hundreds of emails per day, as many of you guys can probably relate. And now I swear to God, this is no bullshit. Over the last probably 5 to 6 weeks now, I might get 2 or 3 emails per day. And some days I don't get any spam or unsolicited emails anymore. And that's because I've gotten into the habit of doing that. So now it's much more manageable. Like that email account's almost like a clean account now. I do still get the occasional, like I said, sometimes I'll get 1, sometimes I'll get 2 or even 3 spam emails where it's another internet marketer that bought my name off of a list somewhere and sends me some bullshit email about the newest WordPress plugin. But I open up the email, I go straight to the unsubscribe button, unsubscribe, and then come back and hit the spam button. And so it's really, really reduced that. Now, the reason I said that was because if you start emailing people with unsolicited emails, you're likely going to have many of them are going to hit that spam button, and that's going to tank your deliverability just like that. So if you're going to be doing that sort of a strategy, you're going to need a ton of email accounts ready, essentially 1 per day. And even that, I don't know that I'd send 1,000 per day from one account. I'd probably split that up across multiple accounts. Okay.